We are organizational change management that leads to positive cultural transformation. So we help companies with most any people and culture strategy. For many reasons, first being that culture impacts everything and everything impacts culture. Second really is that your people should be your everything. So for 20 years before I came into the corporate world, I was a pastor, and I saw a lot of meaningful, positive, fulfilling work. And when I came into business about 10 years ago and launched the Culture of Good, I found that there was a massive opportunity for companies to embrace that kind of meaningful, good work and provide that opportunity for their employees and all their stakeholders to make a positive impact in the workplace and the world. I define culture as how most people feel, believe, and behave most of the time. So the transformation is a mindset shift that leads to measurable outcomes. Leaders measure and model what matters. So actionable results lead to that positive transformation in the workplace and world. So when working with a company, our work addresses the specific pain points and objectives that align with their strategic intent. We're looking for 5 positive outcomes through our work. And that is, number 1, that we see greater care for each other within the business, but also for the world. Secondly, that the business is being driven to greater success so it can do more good in the world. Third is all about connection. Like, we want to see really strong connections between all stakeholders. That's your employees, your customers, and your community. Fourth is we're looking for inspirational moments. We want people to feel something. We don't want just another culture program. We want them to feel it. And fifth is all about authenticity. It's got to be real. If it's not real, it'll be met with skepticism. So we're looking for authentic strategy that really leads to those positive outcomes. So definitely recruitment and retention, stakeholder engagement is a really big thing. A lot of times our teams are disengaged, and so there's a lot of issues and challenges around that. Knowing the greater purpose and mission of the business, but also everyone collectively being aligned with the values. So ultimately, we're really about 3 things. The first is really about employee and customer engagement. Second thing we're about is social responsibilities. So that's volunteerism, philanthropy, giving back, having a good heart. We believe that companies need to show their heartbeat. And the third thing is really about cultural transformation. It's a really good question. For Culture of Good, I would say it comes down to 2 things. The challenge of gaining leadership buy-in would be a big one. A second thing would be having an actual implementable strategy that leads to the desired results and objectives that the company is reaching for, working toward. It really requires a strong leadership commitment to be able to build a culture of good within an organization, because no one's going to embrace what leaders don't first embody. And so we're looking for those positive results based on having an implementable strategy and having those actionable results that lead to what the company is longing to accomplish or to realize throughout the year based on their strategic intent. What makes Culture of Good unique? That's an easy one. So we've been in business doing this work for 10 years now, and we know what works and what doesn't work. We're practitioners. And so that has had an impact because we're able to share our experiences with those that we partner with. The second thing that I would say is that we always consider 3 areas of business in all of our strategy, and that is the impact it's going to have on the employees, on the customers, and on the community. I think that makes us extremely unique in terms of how we really embrace the holistic look of the organization. And thirdly, and this is probably the biggest one, a lot of times with consultants, you don't know what the cost is. All of our costs are up front. You know that every strategy workshop is 3 months and is $3,000 a month. And every time you add an additional workshop, the price actually goes down instead of up. And so we're in the business of helping, and we want to be able to help. And so those are the areas that make us unique to what we do. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is jump on an exploration call with me, because I'd like to hear what those pain points and objectives that you have around your people and culture strategy. So that's really the first start of launching a workshop in your company. Once we have our first exploration call, then we're going to look at what your pain points and objectives are and design strategies specific to what objectives that you want to realize over those 3 months. And the work continues beyond that. But the 3 phases that we would take the company through first would be all around discovery and strategy design. The second thing would be around the ideas of rolling it out and implementation. And the third is all around training and sustainability. You can reach me at cultureofgood.com. Really looking forward to hearing from you and setting up our exploration call.